We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with Paulie Howard, live downtown Vegas. Circa Resort and Casino is your spot. As always, a 3-hour banger lined up today. Great guests on the program, which we'll tell you about coming up in a second. We do have France-Morocco starting pretty much right now. Paulie, action for you in pocket?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Morocco +1, and I have both teams to score.
Oh, really?
I am.
Okay, Mbappe to score?
I have Mbappe to score, and
Shots
I have
on
him.
goal?
I do have him tied into several parlays though with other anytime scores and a round robin as well.
The meat man had to do it for FOMO. All the big guys to score. I think it was 17-1.
Yeah, he's priced reasonably today. It's like $1.10, $1.20 maybe in that range.
Mm-hmm.
And despite the one game in which he did not score, it's been every other game for him. And so I tied it into, call me a dope, whatever, but I tied it into Kane and Haaland coming up on Saturday, and Messi has to be on there. It's as good as it gets for this Golden Boot race.
You know what's a good angle, though? Because whoever wins the England match, you're still in a good spot because there's a third place game.
Oh, yeah.
So that's also important that maybe people don't know that, but you would think, what the hell would they care with a third place game, and it might be open and loose. And then maybe, if the loser, Harry Kane, whatever, Haaland could put 2 or 3 in.
That's right.
In a high-scoring match.
Yeah, there's also this. So in France's last match against Paraguay, they only scored. That was a tight game, man. And it was 1-0. They won it. Mbappe scored there. Before that, their previous 4 matches in this tournament, they scored 3 against Sweden, 4 against Norway, 3 against Iraq, and 3 against Senegal. And, I know that we've had a lot of talk, obviously, about this match. There are great write-ups at vsin.com. Nigel Seeley, by the way, on the show coming up at the bottom of the hour. He likes both teams to score. But France has been, Morocco's defense is outstanding, and they are one of the best countries in the entire world, obviously, at the sport. Will they get at least 2 today, Paulie? I'm hoping not. I'm hoping for a 1-1 draw, and we have PKs to talk about later on in the show.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out how good Morocco is. It'll be a great test. And a hell of a game.
France, Spain, the possibility of that match, too. Yep. Absolute power in the next one. Today's been pretty wild, man.
Yes, it is.
Today has been pretty wild.
I can't get enough of this Keith Olbermann story with the Honus Wagner card and whatever word you want to use, altered, fixed, whatever. And it's going to be on auction along with a Gretzky rookie and a Mickey Mantle card. And we got our buddy John Calvecchio coming on tomorrow, who's an expert on this. Was he better off leaving the card the way it is? How many of these are actually in existence? He has 2 other ones?
Yeah.
It was just sitting on his desk?
He used it as a paperweight for 27 years.
Yeah. I retweeted the story in the Hollywood Reporter. It's bananas.
It's an absolutely incredible story.
And then...
that card will go for millions.
That's what John says, too.
It has to.
But I wonder, was he better off leaving it as it was? But it's also like if Mitch Moss... Because that 86 Fleer Jordan rookie just went for $500,000. If Mitch Moss fixes it up, would a professional know? Or a guy who's just getting into the business in card collecting in Iowa know? And if Mitch doesn't say anything, hey, the card is altered?
Yeah.
I know you have to put a lot of money into it to get that done. But this, apparently we were able to do this with any card we have and restore it, like your Henderson rookie, a Jordan rookie, whatever.
Well, how many people on Earth are actually capable of doing this, restoring cards close to I don't even know what it would be. Can they get a card that has a crease in it back to a PSA 9? Is that possible? I have no clue. And then how much would that cost? Because I have a Ricky Henderson, favorite player growing up in baseball when I was younger. That Topps rookie card, I get it. It's a pretty common card. But in the somehow, some way over the years, it now has a crease in the lower right corner that you absolutely cannot ignore. I mean, it just sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Like, would it be worth it if I could track down somebody like this who restores cards overall, and I tell him, look, take this for 6 months, do what you can, and it's going to cost me how much money, and then I can maybe resell it a little bit later on, or then I actually have it in my brain looking at that Ricky Henderson card that I've had for like 30 years. Is that a goal? Mbappe right away.
No, I missed.
Oh, did he really?
I missed, yeah.
Okay. Because the camera immediately panned to him like he was celebrating almost. Okay, wide left. Yep. Like, would it be worth it?
I think so. But it also ties into like market manipulation.
Sure.
That goes on all the time. Guys bragging that they overpay and what these cards are going for. John says sports bettors should get involved in this. It goes in, ties into what you're doing with sports betting. His point also with Wemby, how his cards have exploded. But also going back to altered or fixed cards about do you have the decency to tell people? Are you upfront about it? What does it do to the value of the card? All this stuff is wild and fascinating.
I'm sure that most people are not going to be willing to do that. I could be wrong on that. It seems like people are going to try to pull a fast one more times than not.
Yeah.
Right? In that kind of a racket. But it is, I think, sports betting and card collecting, they continue to morph as the years go on.
It's a completely different color, though, in the background from the other Honus Wagner cards. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. But if you look at the inventory, and our buddy John sent it to us, I don't know, 20 of them in existence, 30, something like that. But they're all, the worst card, condition-wise, is still $1 million card. The highest being $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
See, look at this. Look at this catalog. 6 million, 5.1, 3 million, 3 million, 1.9, right? I was shocked that this many are out there.
Right, and available.
Right, and one guy's got 3 of them.
And it's Keith Olbermann.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, different versions of the card.
I know, of all people.
Yep. Earlier today, I was watching Coco Gauff over at Wimbledon in the semifinals. That was an incredible, well, I will call it third set. Because the first two, it was like, 6-1, 1-6, 6-1, actually, the other way. Mm-hmm. And then they go to the third set tiebreaker, first at 10, win by 2. She's up 9-8, and, on Twitter, people are losing their minds over what's going on in real time. I know VSiN viewers and listeners, they bet her live when she was down big, like plus 250. She's got it. She's on match point. And she decides to do a drop shot. And she puts it into the net with a wide open court. That's the match. She's going to move on to the Wimbledon finale. Mm-hmm. And she whiffs and she completely looks up at her she smiles. And then she loses eventually. Like, she is going to lose sleep for how many months now thinking about that drop shot. She'd be playing for the title on Saturday. So that is a tough one to stomach as a fan for her personally, if you were betting on her. And she talked about that moment and losing overall after the match.
That her, she's obviously a successful player, but I think, she's someone that deserves more success of how talented she is. And I think that, we have the head-to-head that is leaned my way, but it's not an opponent that you want to face in any point of the tournament. And I have so much respect for how she plays and how she is off the court. And, I don't know. It's just one of those battles that, I'm honored, not honored. I don't want to say honored to lose, but like, it was just, I don't know. It's a match I'm going to remember for my career, and it sucks to be on the losing end. But like, even walking off the court, I was like, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, she took it in stride.
She really did. Yeah. Really did. How does it not eat at you though? Yeah.
That's 10 in a row on grass now from Mukova. She gets through
she looked
to
great.
The final.
Some of those points by both women there in that final set, in that tiebreaker, were extraordinary. The back and forth. That was a lot of fun on television to watch.
I just hope it's competitive tomorrow. We have 2 huge favorites in the men's, with Sinner being $5 and Zverev $8.
Well, what do you think about Joker? Does he make it competitive? So, I mean, he's an absolute warrior.
What's competitive? Win a set?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. Yep.
Wins 2 sets?
It was a struggle to get here, which, hats off to him, but it was a struggle to get here, so maybe it's just too much, and Sinner takes him out in straight sets. But I'm sure you'll see some Joker money from the public based on how can he be this high? How can he be this big of a dog that he could pull this off?
Well, the immediate move was from Sharp Money moving that up on Sinner.
Yeah, open
right?
360.
Yeah,
Yes.
moved more than $1 actually.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a bet on, and also the Scottish Open is going on as well. So I have a bet on Rory McIlroy, top 10. And so he teed off at 12:28 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm like, okay, I'm not Matt Humans, but, staying up until 6 o'clock in the morning and then sleeping for 90 minutes so I can go on without go on to my day. But I thought about it last night, like streaming it, watching it somehow. I'm like, I could do that. I can stay up for a couple of hours to watch Rory. Laid down with Bash, and that was that. Fell asleep with the little guy, woke up, Rory's round was over. And I don't know if you're like me, Paulie, but when you check golf scores, I scroll all the way to the bottom I don't even look. I go all the way to the bottom at first. And then I scroll all the way up. And I'm looking, I'm like, there's no Rory, there's no McIlroy. I'm like, this is probably a pretty good sign. And then so when I fell asleep last night, like at 11 o'clock, and I woke up, his round's over with, 5 under tied for the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers are crossed, buddy. Get there for me, top 10. But a lot of golfers put together tremendous rounds today, and that leaderboard is absolutely stacked at the Scottish Open. When Scotty Scheffler dropped a shot early, FanDuel moved him. A lot of guys were in the clubhouse at 5 under. They moved him to 10-1. Then he got all the way back to 3 under, and he gave one back before then. I thought that was a very rapid reaction on Scheffler to move like that. Granted, he was 6 back, but it's Thursday.
Yeah.
So a lot of action here again for coming up in the middle of July.
It is.
Summer League beginning tonight. Darren Peterson's point prop is 24.5.
I think the biggest surprise is $15 for a beer. What are they doing? Come on.
They're probably getting it is what they're doing.
Outrageous. My God.
Mm-hmm.
Summer League. Nobody's safe.
Welcome to 2026.
No kidding.
How big is that, by the way? Is it a bottle?
I'd like to know
is it
the
a
size.
draft?
I know. Imagine if it's a can of beer, $15. You can't even get a good buzz for $45. Come on.
Jesus. We're going to update the live betting board in Major League Baseball coming up. Thought this was a pretty important game. We'll call it fairly significant for one before the All-Star break, and I was not a fan of the result. That's coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
In 15 minutes, Nigel Seeley on the program. By the way, he can't be happy. Gerald Kwanzaa, 2-game suspension for the red card against Mexico. Are you serious? After Balogun got his rescinded, Nigel's probably going to go scorched earth on that, and his best bets that we have tomorrow and on Saturday for the World Cup as well. Some results in Major League Baseball. I have the Rays as one of my 3 teams for the most wins in the month of July. Today would have been a nice one because that would have been 3 out of 4 against the Yankees. And they had Drew Rasmussen on the mound, who has been fantastic, and he had absolutely nothing. He got scorched by the Yanks. Ben Rice hit 2 more home runs. I guess MVP tickets on him might be live. And 5 RBIs in that game. Rays never had a chance. That's a big one for the Yankees. They would have dropped to 6 back. They're 4 back now as we have one more weekend here before the All-Star break, Paulie.
Yep. Cubs couldn't do anything offensively either. They've been so good with the bats. PCA did it again. 2 home runs, paid 28-1, but they lost 3-2.
The 2 home runs were yesterday.
Yes, 2 home runs were yesterday.
Yep. Peterson today. Here's one thing that we told you about yesterday with, I think it was Boyd going. I got to double check who was going yesterday for the Cubs. Now I confuse myself. Today it was Peterson, and Peterson's walk prop was 1.5 juice to like minus 170. He went flying over. He walked 4 Baltimore Oriole batters, and it was Ray yesterday, by the way. That's now 13 straight games where the opposing pitcher has walked at least 2 batters against Baltimore.
Yeah.
That is a pretty severe trend, and for today, so ladder that stuff, and you're golden. The Red Sox have been red hot. And they're up on the White Sox right now, 2-1. They're playing in the bottom of the 7th.
That's a sweep if they hold on.
Yeah, by the way, in Chicago, where they have been really good this year.
24-6 last 30 coming into the series.
I put a pick today at the VSiN picks page earlier in the morning. It was the team total in the first 5 for Atlanta over 2.5. That got there. That was a winner. They're leading Pittsburgh right now 10-5. But it's this downfall from Mitch Keller. The reason why I bet it is because a lot of the Braves players have really good numbers in their career against Keller, and Keller has been really bad. 3 innings today, that's it. A couple of walks, 3 earned runs, a home run. His ERA's at 5.14. This has been a thing with him where batters with good history on the same team have clobbered him again this season. It's really a problem for him, and it came through today for Atlanta.
Easy winner last night. I think you have to come right back with the Tigers. And Framber's got me a couple times this year, but Detroit is 20-12 since the start of June. That's the best record in the American League. The A's have lost 13 of 16. I think they'll get to Perkins, who's got an ERA of 7. It was 6-1 yesterday. It was a fade of Springs, who leads MLB in home runs allowed. Melton's been good. Tigers' pitching's been great since the start of June. The bats have been there, but I think it's also a play against the reeling A's, and it's a good price. Look at the price. I mean, you got a team that's in total disarray here, losing 13 of 16, and that's the price on Detroit at home, and they're playing good ball.
Yeah, why money on the A's, by the way? The first number I saw in this game was Detroit minus 140, and now they're down here at Circa anyway. They're sitting at minus 120. I don't think this reflects current form from either one of these teams. I think this might be more like season-long stuff here, and I'm with you. I think the Tigers absolutely have to be a bet. There's also this offshore books now. I think prediction markets as well. They are posting next team odds for Tarik Skubal. Like if the Tigers get hot here before the deadline, I think they're actually going to keep the guy.
Faraway places have the Brewers favored.
That's what I'm saying.
How about that?
Yeah, they're minus 125. But don't you think they're going to keep the guy by the deadline if they get hot and back into the playoff mix? I think they will. So I'm looking at this right now. The Brewers are minus 125. Can you, if somebody told you right now that, hey, I have inside information, this is going to happen, the Brewers are going to get Tarik Skubal, would you not fire everything on them to win the National League? And that, yes, they would be getting the Dodgers, but that number would absolutely dissipate immediately. And then you can go Mizorowski and Skubal back to back.
Well, people will riot if the Dodgers get them.
Of course they will.
They'll be outraged.
So baseball should probably step in.
The Yankees are third on that list, too, at 4-1.
The Mets are 7.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Imagine if the Phillies can grab them.
Oh, that'd be
to go with their rotation.
Game changer there for sure.
They're 7-1. Atlanta's 8-1. The Cubbies are 14.
Should the Cubbies be interested in something like that?
Yes, they should.
I would agree.
They can hit. They're averaging 6 runs a game during this stretch. And
great offense.
Pitching, yes.
And if they get guys back from injury, maybe that pitching staff could be pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would take my chances with Milwaukee against the Dodgers if you can give me Mizorowski and Skubal back-to-back in a 7-game series. Have to. Got to do it. They would probably lose.
Yeah.
But we know one thing. If they would get him, that price would absolutely plummet. The Mariners are taking on the Marlins tonight in Miami. Again, you pointed this out. I can't trust the Mariners whatsoever. The hitting absolutely stinks.
Nope, yep.
But tonight they do have my long shot to win the American League Cy Young. I get it. Schlittler, Cease, going to be very difficult to beat. But Bryce Miller's going 10.5 Ks per 9, a 1.71 ERA, not qualified. If Bryce Miller was qualified right now, he would be the leader in the American League, a FIP of 2.78. Great numbers overall. Junk, a 4.80 ERA, a 4.12 FIP. But I really can't go against Miami. It's a clear pitching edge for the Marlins or for the Mariners, but
you want to take the Phillies? They've won 8 straight starts by Luzardo. It's also you can fade Singer. And also think they'll come back down to earth after they were so good with the bats, and Stewart hit 2 bombs yesterday.
I did not realize that they've won 8 straight by Luzardo. Okay.
It's up there in price. I mean, you're laying a big price on the road. But I would think they bounce back, and Singer was so bad. He had an ERA of 8 in May. He does have better numbers at home. But it's been with an ERA of 5 and change, I would think that the Phillies bounce back today as well. And thoughts on your Brewers? A lot of guys have good numbers against Palante.
Oh, I like him because I think Palante actually has pretty good numbers overall in the year. He's 10-5 by the way. He's going for his 11th win today. But I really like Logan Henderson from Milwaukee.
Okay.
He's only pitched 23 innings due to injury. He's back from some rehab starts. But overall, his numbers are good. He's got a high K rate. I'm high on him big time. And unfortunately, the Brewers did not win that game last night. But yeah, I like Milwaukee here.
Well, other talk with Skubal is Detmers, but what the Angels could get for him. That before he had a poor start last time out, he had been fantastic.
True.
And he doesn't make much money. So I expect they trade him, and this will be his showcase start here going against the Rangers, against Eovaldi. And where did that come from? They had lost 7 in a row, and they only scored 16 runs, and they break out of it and unleash hell yesterday in the easy win in Texas.
Yeah, Adele with a couple of home runs there.
Yes.
Good-looking win for the Angels. I'll give you some, and right now the Rangers are $1.34. Look at that total, by the way, 7 between these two guys on the mound. Detmer's been really good this year. But the team came out and said they're going to keep all their guys. Disaster.
No. Come on.
Can't do
You gotta
that.
move people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're terrible.
Let me give you some.
Get some prospects.
Yeah, let me give you some of the biggest edges with the Opta AI projections at vsin.com. I would bookmark this if I were you. Go to vsin.com. You can click on the MLB projections at the very top. Let's see here. They have Josh Lowe, Angels in that game tonight, at 1+ hit run RBI, minus 149. They made it minus 421. That is a 21% edge on that. Let's see here. Other games. Griffin Conine, 1+ hit run RBI, minus 153. They made it minus 395. And really, the Opta AI All-Star the entire season has been Luke Raley with the Mariners. They love this guy, and they're big on him again today. 2+ total bases, plus 168. They made the number minus 128 and 18.7% edge for him in that spot. Also, you have Tatis tonight. Will he get out of it? They've been a season-long funk for the most part. Tatis has really good numbers against Merrill Kelly.
They should get to him. Yes.
He's 11 of
that
31,
one. Yep.
5 extra base hits, 4 of those for home runs.
If you see if Mitch can call his shot here, France to win on penalties 11-1, Morocco 12-1. To go to penalties 6-1, France to win in extra time 8-1, Morocco 20-1. 2.5 under minus 170. We're 24 minutes in.
Okay.
France minus 190 to win in regulation, and they've had plenty of opportunities thus far.
I was going to say, it feels to me, Paulie, watching it live on the air, it's not cagey. It feels open.
No, yeah. Winner Circle Proxy and VSiN are giving away 2 incredible prize packages that will put 2 lucky fans in the world's biggest football contest for free. One winner gets a free entry into the Circa Survivor. Another one gets it into Circa Millions. Both winners get a full season Winner Circle Proxy service, the tour of the studio, and a free month of VSiN Pro. Enter by Sunday, August 2nd for your chance to win. WinnerCircleProxy.com/VSiN. To enter today, WinnerCircleProxy.com/VSiN.
You can always get in touch with the show. Email is ftm@vsin.com. Also on X at VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Paulie Howard. Well, this, by the way, if this game were to go to penalties, that would cash your tournament-long prop, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
4.
That's 6-1. It's something to root for. Isn't that the number that you said?
Yeah.
Just to go to penalties? Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get Nigel's thoughts. He's going to join us coming up in about 5 minutes. Maybe that's the angle here. He did like both teams to score originally. I could see 1-1. And then you go to penalties like that. That'd be a fun match. That'd be a fun one to cash overall. Nigel's next. Overall thoughts here with this match 30 minutes in. And boy, oh boy. Gerald Kwanzaa gets 2 games. The suspension. He can't be happy about that. Oh, that's a penalty.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
A lot has happened in the last couple of minutes. One, Morocco, they got a penalty. So that obviously sets up Kylian Mbappe to hit the penalty shot for France. And guess what? It was a terrible PK from him. The stupid stutter steps all the time, and it wasn't a laser beam.
I know. I would have made it.
He tried to get too cute.
Plus 750 cashes. France to miss a penalty.
We go out to the Progressive Guest Line. Nigel Seeley joins the program now. Betting Weekly Studios, Because We Win podcast as well. He's doing great write-ups with the website here as well, vsin.com. What'd you make of that PK, Nigel?
Good evening, guys. It was a terrible penalty, wasn't it? I mean, do you know what? When you're in a pressure situation, the World Cup quarterfinal, semi-final, final, Mbappe Messi missing penalties, Harry Kane missing penalties. You only need one person to step up and take a penalty in that pressure cooker situation. Matt Yeomans. That's who you need. That's who you need to step up and take a penalty. Because, he's just going to score 100% of the time. He doesn't see nerves. He eats a cheeseburger in one hand, kicks the penalty in the other hand, golf club in the other hand, straight down the middle. And that's what you need. Unfortunately, he wasn't there to take it. But it's easier to take this penalty, isn't it, Paulie? The greatest player of all time, Lionel Messi's missed 2.
Right.
Mbappe's missed 1. Harry Kane's missed 1. But, you were the best penalty taker of all time in your college, weren't you?
Sure. Right down the middle, no stutter step. I won't miss the goal. I'll tell you that, my friend.
Well, you're easy to read then. You stand still as a goalkeeper. You're going to hit that. You told me you've given me my read. Just stand there. No worries.
Good rant.
I can't get over the stutter steps, Nigel. Just come on.
No pitter patter.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think. Listen, the reason why they do that is because it's easier to place the ball when you don't take the power off it. So if you run up and hit a ball, you take power, and obviously with power of the ball. And these balls are very light, by the way. A lot of people are telling this football is a very light football. So they try to place it rather than put power. So if they put power behind a shot, then it can balloon over or go wide. They're not going for the power. These aren't regulation balls that they play in, week out in the European game. So they're taking a starter to try to place it, put the goalkeeper off. So the starter makes the goalkeeper make the move first. And when the goalkeeper makes the move, they can put it the other side. But if the goalkeeper stands still, we can understand which way the ball's going to go. Yeah. So, I mean, when you hit a ball hard, then obviously the power can take it anywhere. And these balls are light, and I think that's why they're doing it in this tournament.
You wrote both teams to score, yes, at vsin.com. We're in the 32nd minute right now. Is there a live bet to make, in your opinion?
Probably the same bet, actually, to be fair. I mean, most of this World Cup, everything comes alive in the second half.
Yeah.
We said the first halves of these tournaments, nothing really happens. Obviously, for both teams to score betters, you would have liked that goal to go in, and then obviously opens up a little bit more. But at some stage in this match, France have got to go and attack, and Morocco have got to think to themselves, we've got a chance of beating the tournament favourites. So the trends in this tournament, the first halves have been unders, and second halves have been coming alive and getting goals. So I'd still be doing the same kind of thing, actually.
Okay. You got a great write-up also at vsin.com on the match tomorrow. And it didn't go our way. We embarrassed ourselves Monday. But it's fair to ask the question, will Spain concede in this tournament?
I think they're going to concede in the tournament. Whether they concede against Belgium is an entirely different thing. I mean, I think the reason why Belgium had such a big win against the American side is because the activity off the pitch. And I think that was a good thing for the American national side to be involved in that kind of situation where rules were changed on their behalf, and I think that fired up the Belgian side to put in a performance, which they did, and that it backfired on the American side, which was a shock, and they didn't perform on the biggest stage, which was a really, really big shock considering how well they played this tournament. And I do believe that sort of bad news in terms of the changing of the Balogun situation didn't help the American national side. But Spain are just a totally different side to France. They keep the ball. They keep possession. They're very hard to break down. They haven't conceded in this tournament. And if you look when they won the World Cup previously, they won it not on their fantastic offense. It was on their defense. And I would say that defenses now win titles and win leagues. If you look at Arsenal this season in the Premier League, their defence and their goalkeeper won them the Premier League title.
Yes.
And there's no doubt, in my opinion, that the best defence in this tournament, the best goalkeeper and the best holding midfield with Rodri and those players in them deep positions are Spain. So they're a very, very different side to France. Belgium will be absolutely delighted with the way they started this tournament, that they're actually into the knockout stages, into the last 8 of the World Cup. But I think the journey ends tomorrow, and I think Spain will win it. I think they'll probably win it 1 or 2-0. But I think the win to nil, which I saw at plus 160.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that price. I mean, that seems a massive price. Spain, what are they on the money line to win the match? Minus 150, minus 160?
Yeah.
To win to nil, plus 160 when they've won every single game in this tournament to nil, apart from that freak match at the very beginning against Cape Verde when they drew 0-0. And if they played that match 100 times, they would have won that 1 or 2-0. Statistically, they were brilliant. I think that's a really, really big price. Because I think Belgium are a bang average side. I think they played the American side on a bad day. And I think influences off the pitch motivated them for that performance and sort of the American side felt the pressure.
Your thoughts on this? So we're talking to Nigel Seeley. Follow him on X at Seeley_Nigel. Does a great job betting Weekly Studios Because We Win podcast. So for your club, England, Gerald Kwanzaa got the red card against Mexico. We learned today, another great stop there by the keeper from Morocco. Wow. We learned today that he's been suspended for the next 2 games overall. How is that possible, Nigel?
Well, they're rules, Mitch. And us English, we abide by the rules, mate. Our Prime Minister can't get on the call phone to defeat. If our Prime Minister rang up the FIFA president, he'd be banned for 4 matches. So that's the difference between President Trump and our Prime Minister. So he'd be banned for the whole tournament. But that's the rules. To be fair, he's a player that's it's not an influential player. I'd be more worried that the fact that Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice were all on yellow cards. If they got another yellow card in the quarterfinal, they would miss the semi-final. If England got to the semi-final, then we might need the help from our Prime Minister to make a call. But Joel Kwanzaa, I don't think it's. It is the rules what it is. If you get a straight red card, you get a 2-game ban in the knockout stages. That's what's happened over the years, and we've had World Cup semi-finals and quarterfinals back over the last 25 years when we missed our best players in matches that has cost us. And that's the rules, and that's what happens. With regards to the game, I think England win. I genuinely think England win.
Okay.
I think Norway are a very hard working side, very very physical side, and obviously they've got Haaland, who's just an absolute beast of a player. But I don't think Sorloth is a good player, plays up front. Odegaard is a good player. But I think collectively England are a much better side. I think the win against Mexico has been a huge win for them. They have to go from the altitude at the Azteca Stadium to the extreme heat in Miami. But I don't think Norway are going to be really relishing playing in those kind of conditions as well. It's colder in Norway than it is in London, and that's saying something. So I really do think England will win. And I'm always sometimes buy into the optimism of the England national side and think we can win it. But sometimes I very rarely bet them. I don't think I would bet them at the prices of -115. I think if they were plus 105, if they drifted to slightly plus money, I'd bet them. But I don't think England will be very worried about that match. I think as an England supporter and an English man, if someone said to me at the start of the tournament, you've got a World Cup quarter-final where you're going to be playing Norway, and in the semi-finals you could be potentially playing Argentina or Switzerland with Spain and France in the other half of the draw, I think I'd sign up to that straight away.
No doubt.
That I'd be absolutely delighted with that. So I'm fairly optimistic that England win that match, and I'm fairly optimistic they can beat Argentina, judging by the performance I saw them against Egypt as well. So, and I don't think the Argentina match against Switzerland is anywhere near a gimme that those odds thing. I think Switzerland are a very, very hard team to beat.
I can't get enough of this Ferry story. The local on a wild card, 700 to 1 here at Circa, not one bet on it. Can you, in 2 minutes, tell the Ivanisevic story, who was a wild card and won Wimbledon in 2001?
Yeah, very quickly. So this, what Paulie's talking about there is the player Ferry, who's in Arthur Ferry's into the semi-finals of Wimbledon, and he's the first wild card to get to the semi-finals since Goran Ivanisevic won it. And I was an odds compiler back in the day, many, many years ago. We went to a tennis tournament in Brighton, in London, in the south of London, south of England. And Ivanisevic had a terrible time. And he played a guy called Hak Tuk Lee, who was about 200 in the world. And we bet Hak Tuk Lee, and Hak Tuk Lee was awful. And Goran Ivanisevic had 6 tennis rackets in his bag, and he smashed every single one of them up before the end of the first set and couldn't play tennis. And we had $1,000 on the other guy, and we didn't know if we were going to get paid. And then the Wimbledon draw come out, and I said, this Ivanisevic cannot possibly win Wimbledon. No chance whatsoever. He's a wild card. And I made him a 250 to 1 outsider. 250 to 1 outsider. No chance he'd win. I was an odds compiler working in the books. The first bet we took on the call, it was a telephone call. The first bet was a guy who wanted 200 on Ivanisevic to win Wimbledon at 250 to 1. And obviously, I cut him to 100 to 1. All the other books come out 80 to 100 to 1 because of his name. He went on to win Wimbledon. It was a 50,000 bet that we took. We lost on the first bet in the book. I don't think Arthur Ferry's going to win tomorrow. I think Yannick Sinner will beat Novak Djokovic. I think Zverev will beat Ferry. But that Dame still gives me nightmares.
You're flying to Miami tomorrow, about a 9.5-hour flight to watch your club play on Saturday against Norway. Have a safe flight. Enjoy the game. Best of luck, Nigel.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
Be good. Love talking to you, mate. Win, lose up next. This is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
CA 2 home runs yesterday, 28-1. Adele 45-1. Stewart 40-1. Murphy went 8-7. And the Fever lost again in LA. The Sparks 2-1 on the money line. No Plum scored 106 points. They do not defend. They're in a back-to-back. They're in Phoenix tonight, catching 1.5.
So is the play just to go over again?
Yeah, they don't guard anybody, and it's a lower total. So I know the Sparks are more get up and go, but I like Atlanta over too. I think the dream score against Seattle. Subscribe, be part of the team. VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on volume all the way up. This guy cannot wait to go to daycare. He knows where he's going. In the back.
All right, it's a little rainy today, but guess where we're going?
Hurry up, too, with the car.
Oh, I know.
He's in the way back. Here we go,
All
Mitch.
right. Listen. I know you're excited. Oh, goodness. Okay. They're good? Why are we acting like a donkey? You're a doggy.
I mean, it gets louder and louder as we go, and the little guy's in the back, and he can't wait to get... It's like, we're getting there, buddy. We're going to get there at some point, but he wants to hurry up and get to daycare, and every time she mentions daycare, he loses it. Sounded like a donkey. That's excellent. Lose some. France to miss a penalty, plus 750. And wouldn't you know, Chris Moneymaker, the bubble boy, at the World Series of Poker main event. Just missed out on the money, the last guy to get knocked out before.
Last guy to get knocked out.
He was the bubble boy, yes. They're down to, 1,200 people now. I think Deeb still has some chips, and our Mizrachi still has some chips. Last check. This is Charlie Sheen, where this guy did everything. Coke, crack, whatever. Here he's calling his bookie, and he was so bad, and he got on such a long losing streak, they were betting against him and couldn't wait to get his place.
You want to know what my number was? When I was hardcore sports gambling?
What?
My streak? A losing streak?
Yes.
18.
18
I picked 18
quarters in a row?
No, 18 losing games in a row. It got so bad.
What game?
It was all football.
You lost 18 games in a row. Betting the line?
Pro and college.
18?
18 in a row. It got to the point around 9 or 10, they started just slamming the other side of my action. Just fucking loading up. Whatever I chose, they were like, go to the bank, get a loan, shake your wife down, sell a car. Yeah, man.
Car, yeah.
It was they couldn't believe it. It got, I finally found the humor in it. I'm losing like hundreds of thousands. And I was just like cackling at the end, just like,
not
shirtless, sweating, breaking nuts.
That is hard to do.
So when people say, "Oh, you don't get
18 in a row?" That's a dream. He's a dream customer too. Like by the time you're on 8 or 9, it's like, yeah, he's right. Load up and go against him. Hey, Sheen's on Nebraska. You know what to do. Sheen's on the Dolphins.
Well, we've all had the cold streaks,
man.
Paulie.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I'm sure that I've had double digits for sure. The problem is, I guess it's not a problem for me, but I'm not betting probably 100,000 on a game, running around shirtless, sweating from doing coke for 3 days in a row. Can you imagine what it would have been like to hang around him during his prime?
Oh my God. Well, the best story.
Just relentless.
Yeah, the best story is the cartel story. He's doing so many drugs, the cartel's like he's got to be dealing.
Yeah, that's exactly
and you
right.
need our permission to do that. There's no way you're going through this much, 30,000 a day, whatever it was.
He's like, oh, I am.
But yeah, right. But that's also, he's such a big time name at the time and movie star, and he's betting 6 figures on a football game. Word's going to get around. Hey, Sheen's lost 12 in a row. Sports calendar never stops. Sharp Place covers it all, winning for 15 straight years. When they move, the books take notice. Advanced AI, trusted insider intel. They find the value before the numbers shift. Respected, watched, and feared. Start winning with them. SharpPlays.com. All of it documented and logs posted publicly. The daily Mr. Poison tweets has been with us since day one. Jeff and the crew are excellent. SharpPlays.com.
How about this for some stats? Right now, it's 0-0, 49th minute. We have 5 minutes here of added time in the first half. 50-50 possession. Shots, do you want to take a guess?
5-1 France.
13-0.
Oh, wow.
3 shots on goal for France. 0, obviously, for Morocco. 3-1 corner kicks. The passing accuracy has been pretty... it's been the same on both sides, 83% compared to 88%. No yellow cards so far. But this might be an opportunity here for Morocco to get one before halftime.
Well, Mbappe left the door open. That'd have been a killer to go up 1-0 on a penalty.
I think I would really sit down with the players, but then again, do you have the power as the manager over some of these superstars who are going to have egos the size of Jupiter?
What, in terms of strategy?
There's no more pitter patter.
Yeah.
And guys, I would prefer if you kicked it down the middle, because there's no doubt. What was that?
So we're
a free kick.
Going to go to halftime here, 0-0. See what put up a 1.5 total. Would heavily juiced to the under, or just slightly juiced?
He whiffed on the free kick by. It went 5 feet minimum right to the goal. How does that happen? And now they walk off and okay, yeah.
Minus 170, France. Draw plus 220, Morocco plus 650. To win an extra time, France 5-1, Morocco 18. 10-1 on penalties, Morocco 11 to go to penalties 5-1. And we are at for total. Oh, 1.5 over minus 130. Okay, I was wrong. I would make it under minus 130. Under 2.5 is minus 350.
Okay. What do you think right now? Because
feels like a 1-0. Or you might be right too.
Penalties?
Maybe it's 0-0, and we go all the way again, just like this Colombia. But there's a lot more action and chances opposed to Colombia.
Well, I was going to say, I think at this rate, France is going to get one through, are they not? I mean, 13. What are they? Did you say what they are to advance right now?
440.
440 in that range?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that for the BTTS on the yes, Nigel's absolutely spot on. Needed that goal from Mbappe to get through, because then it totally changes the complex of how this game is going to play out. Minus 170 to win it in 90 minutes.
What was 0-0 before the match? I never would. Only 11-1? Okay. 0-0 was 11-1. 1-0 France was plus 550. It'll be a good sweat. Good action.
Okay.
The other thing, too, we've been all over Adam Silver, and rightfully so. Can you imagine if you have a future ticket on the Toronto Raptors? The Clippers-Raptors trade will not be complete until the NBA investigation of the Clippers is over. A statement from the Clippers today: for the last 10 months, we have fully cooperated with the NBA, dozens of interviews, thousands of documents, access to our staff. It's been challenging, but we're committed to transparency. On June 30th, we reached an agreement to trade Kawhi to the Raptors. We have since been informed that the trade can only be finalized if the Raptors assume the risk of penalties related to his contract that could result from the ongoing investigation. We did not funnel money to Kawhi through aspiration, yada, yada, yada. We remain confident when the facts are done, and the NBA will confirm what we've said. We've done nothing wrong, and what we were accused of. And the Raptors are going to say, okay, we'll take a wait-and-see approach.
Well, the Raptors the Raptors are telling them. They also, the part of the comment is the deadline, to sign these guys and to make trades happen. They're like, we're not forcing anything, because if we do this and then you put down a punishment of a full season ban on Kawhi, we're going to look like the biggest idiots in the history of sports. So we need resolution to this before we agree and before we put our names on it. And I don't know why they're taking so long.
No kidding.
There has to be a resolution. And I know that sooner than later, but it's the NBA. It's like the LeBron thing. He'll probably go until August with his decision. But now you have the Summer League out here in Las Vegas, and Adam Silver is going to be a part of that. And I mean, is he really going to force anything for the whole aspiration controversy?
Everyone assumed this was the end of it. That why don't you guys just make a trade to work it out? Or that it was, to think there's more on top and the story's not over. Right. And these two teams are involved in a trade.
Mm-hmm.
This is asinine.
Of course it is.
This is a terrible job by the league all around that it's taking this long, and they make this big trade. And if you got a future on the Raptors, you don't know what's gonna happen here.
I just think about that. Maybe you had the information, or maybe you saw the breaking news before books adjusted, and now you got to sit here and just wait like a dummy.
Yes.
Like, what am I going to now? You might have a horrible bet on my hands.
Absolutely, no doubt.
We'll talk college football. Professional bettor Paul Stone coming up next. He has some best bets with the Big 12 Conference. Find out who he likes, how he is betting it. Coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.